When I first joined the Human Rights Campaign, I told you about my vision for equality. It's a vision that started not in Washington, but in the states. And it started at the most basic level, in your backyards. By changing the hearts and minds back home, together we would cause a ripple effect that made it all the way to Washington. With every non-discrimination measure we passed, we'd show our elected officials here in the nation's capital that fairness is what their constituents want. With every fair-minded person we put in a state office, we'd put one more fair-minded politician in the pipeline for Congress. To make a difference, we joined together in an unprecedented partnership with state and local leaders doing amazing work. And I'm proud to report that's exactly what we've done. When I'm asked where the Human Rights Campaign is going, I answer, wherever you go. But don't take my word for it. Hear our state leaders talk about the differences the Human Rights Campaign is making, coast to coast, state to state, in fight after fight.
When I came on board to run the campaign, one of my first meetings was a trip to the Human Rights Campaign in May, where we gave an overview of our campaign and subsequently started to develop relationships with the staff at HRC that were instrumental to the success of our effort and instrumental, I believe, to the long-term health of the GLBT community here in Maine.
Last year, HRC, I thought, made a significant investment at the state level, a significant financial commitment and a commitment of staff and personnel. And the work that they did on the ground really made a difference and probably made the difference.
We couldn't have done it without the Human Rights Campaign. The best part about working with the Human Rights Campaign is they get the urgency of the work that we need to be doing in the field, in the states right now.
Massachusetts, the equal marriage movement, and mass equality owe the Human Rights Campaign a huge debt of gratitude. They were the first organization to provide us with our first startup grant, in addition to ongoing support that's helped our organization grow and flourish.
In 2000, Love Makes a Family and HRC began partnering together. We needed to develop a significant message to make it clear that while civil union might be a step forward, that it wasn't the same as marriage. And because of the help of Seth and others at HRC, we ended the legislative session with a civil union law passing, but a very clear message that the job wasn't finished.
This year, 2006, Outfront, Minnesota is engaged in the effort to keep an anti-GLBT marriage amendment off of our ballot in November of '06. And as I'm sitting here, the folks from HRC, Marty Rouse and Stuart Rosenberg, are in my office with other staff of ours, helping to strategize for the kinds of things that HRC might bring to the table.
HRC's partnership with Equality Maryland has been invaluable. There's been consistent financial support throughout the years. More importantly, there's been key legislative assistance. Notably, Carrie Evans, the state legislative director, has been really amazing in helping to draft testimony, in providing us crucial information, in testifying at hearings.
On behalf of the 24,000 members of the Human Rights Campaign and the hundreds of thousands around the country, I urge you to defeat House Bill 48. Thank you.
HRC has been helping us here in Georgia by providing the resources we need to fight a potential initiative to prohibit gay parents from adopting.
It's because of the resources that HRC made available, including having a substantial, significant poll done on the issue here, as well as paying for us to hire a lobbyist, that we were able to actually prevent the legislation from being introduced.
HRC is being part of a major organizing effort for helping Iowans understand why gay marriage is important, why we need financial rights, why we need legal rights that marriage provides, and why it's a battle worth fighting.
The Human Rights Campaign is an important organization to our country. It is important in these battleground states to not only have someone who understands the arguments, rhetoric, and ideology, but also understands the importance of winning in the field and winning on Election Day.
It is wonderful to know that HRC is here in Arizona working with organizations like the Arizona Human Rights Fund and Arizona Together, the campaign to defeat our marriage amendment in '06.
But for the control of our House by the Republicans, we would have had civil rights and civil unions in the state of Oregon right now. I'm currently the Oregon House Minority Leader. By partnering together with HRC and Basic Rights Oregon, my team can become the majority, I can become Speaker, and we can put this state on a very different track towards civil rights and civil unions.
Outfront and HRC provide grassroots organizing, and that grassroots organizing provides a basis of support for legislators to be able to take a position and be able to articulate that position here at the Capitol.
Where is the moment we needed the most?
HRC has provided a lot of support and help as we have formed our statewide organization. HRC was there with us when we had our statewide organizational meeting, when we co-created our vision statement, which is that in Ohio we envision an Ohio where everyone feels at home, and right now a lot of folks don't feel at home.
HRC was so important in getting Liberty PA started. Back in the spring of 2005, we all got together and said, we got to get ready for Santorum. So we put together a field plan and we went to HRC, and HRC was the first funder to step up to the plate and has so far been our largest funder, and the money that HRC gave to Liberty PA allowed us to hire on-the-ground staff who've been out there since September 1st of 2005, knocking on doors, going to the bars, registering voters, getting folks engaged. It's been amazing.
I appreciate the HRC's commitment to One Iowa. We have so many great candidates that are so fair-minded and support us on every issue, but they just don't have the resources they need to compete. And with the help of HRC, we're going to be able to build the grassroots coalitions we need to get elected officials that represent our views.
Even in some of those places where folks don't have support in our rural areas of the state like we do in our urban centers, they know that HRC is there making a difference nationally.
HRC has made a difference in Minnesota.
HRC is making a difference in Connecticut.
HRC is making a difference in Iowa.
HRC is making a difference in Pennsylvania.
HRC is making a difference in Maryland.
HRC is making a difference in Georgia.
HRC is making a difference in Massachusetts.